The Agro-Ecology Value Chain Production System is a project funded by the Economic Community of West African States with the main objective of contributing to job creation, improving food, income and nutrition security, and facilitating gender empowerment through adoption of Agro-Ecology Value Chain Production System to mitigate environmental and forest degradation, urban, rural and irregular migration. The project is being implemented by the Department of Agriculture under the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Food Security.
Rolling out an agricultural program to member states, so in which we send a proposal to them and they approve a project we call agro-ecological training program. So from that program, let me say it has encompassed vegetable production. So Pira Mixed Farming Center is where the project is housed, and all the catchment areas, those that are involved in the project will now be empowered within Pira.
Since the commencement of the project in January 2025, it has undertaken numerous capacity building trainings targeting women, youth, frontline extension workers, community development workers, among others. These trainings covered important areas such as compost making, vegetable production, food processing and preservation, beekeeping, participatory vulnerability assessment, just to mention few. These trainings were initiated to equip participants with knowledge and skills to better plan and sustainably undertake various production and food processing activities, thereby resulting to enhance economic opportunities for women and youths.
In the project, there is a training component for us to be able to implement all these activities. So we put up a training program to train staff within the ANR. We have in this training forestry, we have Department of Livestock, we also have Department of Agriculture. Within agriculture, we have other units, that is plant protection unit, we have horticultural unit, we have soil and water management units. All these are important stakeholders in the implementation of agroecology project. And the participants drawn from various institutions also were very, very active in the training, and the training has been very interactive. Hope that really the implementation will be very well successful because of the type of trainees we have for this training program.
This training, if I'm to rate it, I will say 95% achieve, because this training is very important. As we know, agroecology, from my experience, is something that we need to scale up, not just to limit it only in one district in the region, but to expand it beyond the region. That is to cover the nation, because it's very, very important. As we know, agroecology is something that promotes biodiversity, it improves human health, it also helps farmers to adopt climate change, which everybody is advocating for, and it also helps us to improve our soils, because in agroecology, all the activities that we are promoting or they are promoting is for farmers to minimize the use of these synthetic chemicals.
So I'll be taking you through some of the steps that are involved when it comes in terms of land demarcation, how to create a nursery bed, how to sow the nursery seeds. Yes. So when we go to the farm, for instance, and you want to establish a nursery bed, at first you have to demarcate the land. And in demarcating the land, you have to start with what we call a triangle demarcation. And in this triangle demarcation, it depends on the size of the land. Like for instance, if you have a land of 50 by 50, you can use a triangle demarcation of 3 meters by 4 by 5. So when this is 3 meters by 4 by 5, meaning the first distance from the two pegs has to be 3 meters, and from the first peg to the second peg, it has to be 4 meters. Then from the third peg back to the fourth peg, it has to be 5 meters. So it will be a triangle demarcation of 3:4:5 measurement. So after doing this triangle demarcation, that will enable that particular farmer to be able to have a straight line when it comes in terms of making your bed. So from the sample that we have made today, it's a nursery bed of 1 meter by 7 meters. So then you will now come and make your measurement, that is by getting the length of the bed, which is 7 meters, and the breadth of the bed, which is 1 meter. Then you have your footpath, which is 50 centimeters. So from tilling the bed, then now you will come and dress the bed. Dressing the beds will involve using rakes to make the sides of the bed and also to level the bed so that there will be no sloopiness. Then from there you come and make the lines where you're going to sow these nursery seeds. And the distance between one line to another has to be 20 centimeters. But as we said, that is an example of an orange nursery. But every plant has its own recommended spacing. Yeah, but for orange, it can be 20 centimeters.
I came into this training to learn so many things, but right now I'm going for the compost making, which is very, very important, and also it requires so many techniques. So one of the techniques that I want to emphasize right now is we collected animal dungs, and we also add sawdust, the powder one, and we mix those 2 wheelbarrow of animal dungs and 1 sawdust, and we mix it with water, and we place another super soil. So we mix those things with water, and then we add some liquid there. That liquid, we put 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of vinegar, almost 1 cup of urea, and we stir it. So after that, we cover it with a plastic bag. Then after covering it, after you will place a stick in the middle, that stick will be like a temperature sort of. So that one you will determine whether the heaps is working very fine or not.
So this program, which is called Youth Training on Agro-Processing, started from the 28th of December to the 30th of December. So on these 3 days, we process various organic products. Well, on the first day, which is Saturday, we process pepper and tomato. But before processing, first what we were trained on was hygiene. We indulge into the processing of the food. So we were separated into 2 groups. One group processed pepper sauce, while the other group processed tomato paste. So on the issue of the pepper sauce, 4 big tins of tomato paste was what was measured on the pepper sauce. So when that was done, we cleaned the pepper, then it was cut into small pieces. After cutting it into small pieces, we blend it. Then we were told to boil it to evaporate all the water inside so that the pepper sauce can last long. After doing that, then we poured it into the jars. Then when we poured it into the jars, we covered it and turned it upside down. This mostly is to say that, for example, if there is any germ or bacteria that are unseen on the cover of the jam, then the hotness of the pepper will kill all that. Now, on the issue of the tomato paste also, the tomatoes were washed, then afterwards they were sliced. After they were sliced, they were put inside the blender. When blend, they also poured it inside a bowl, put it on fire to make sure that if there is any water in it, to all that to evaporate. A little bit of salt was added, then poured it into the jar at the same process as that of the tomato paste. From this training, I have learned to make certain things. Imagine making moringa tea. This is my first time and I've gained the knowledge and I can make it by myself. When it comes to the issue of findi, I can make that also by myself. And also, regardless of that also, there are a lot of entrepreneurs here who say that they are making money from this food processing training, because most of the people here are unemployed youth. So from this training, a person can become an entrepreneur and make money from this training. These are some of the certain important issues about this training. Well, as we all know, agriculture is the backbone of any developing or a developed nation. If we don't indulge into agriculture, for our country to go forward is going to be very difficult. So if you don't have a job under the government, these are some of the things that you can indulge into as an entrepreneur. As I said, we have people here that are saying that they are making a lot of money. Even the people who are training us, their education, some of them, their educational level is low, but they are making a huge amount of money than people who are sitting in the office.
In order to assist project beneficiaries with essential materials, the Agro-Ecology Value Chain Production System project provided input support at the conclusion of some of the capacity building trainings. Some of these production and processing inputs comprises of seeds, shovels, weighing scales, blenders, watering cans, beehives, among others. The input support is meant to assist trainees with the required materials for them to kickstart their own ventures.
Here, another milestone of the project to hand over to the beneficiary inputs for production. These are garden tools, rakes, cutlasses, spades, measuring tape, weighing scales, and seeds, quality seeds, certified seeds, onion, tomato, cabbage. And also the same vein, we are also handing over to the Mixed Farming Center training and learning equipments and materials, laptops, desktops, photocopying machines, cameras, television, projectors to enhance learning and promote learning in this center and to increase the number of learners that this center usually registered. That's the reason we are here today, and hopefully we'll be here to engage in many activities of this project.